Hello and welcome to Katrina's Creations. I am filming this on November 25th, or no, November 26th, which is actually Thanksgiving here in the US. So happy belated Thanksgiving to everybody. I hope you had a wonderful time. Before I get started with all the yarny goodness, I will tell you a couple of crazy Thanksgiving stories. Yes, we went to my daughter's house for Thanksgiving this year. They live just a couple miles down the road, literally a couple miles down the road from us, and we are around them fairly often. And we, all of us, are being very careful about who we're around and how many people and all that kind of stuff. So we were okay to be around each other. And we just finished. My daughter is a really good cook. Unlike me, she's a really good cook. We had just finished eating. The whole table's, like totally trashed at that point because the 7 children have been eating a good bit of food at this point. She fed an army and a half. So we're sitting there, and in comes one of the younger ones holding his hands out like this and going, "Mommy, I found a cricket outside." And all we could think of her, she's like, "Get it away from the table. We don't want cricket in the cranberry juice." Could you imagine that? Crickets in the cranberry sauce. So, yeah, that didn't happen. We moved the cricket back outside where it was safe to have a cricket. So the cricket did not end up in the cranberry sauce. But a funny Thanksgiving story. Years ago when we were first married, most of you know I am not much of a cook. I am better. I do cook. It's not a total disaster, but when I first was married and I was making my first Thanksgiving Day dinner for my family, I did not want to admit to my mother-in-law that I had no clue how to cook a turkey. Now, some of you who have been watching the channel have heard this story before, so just please bear with me. But yeah, so I went out and I got the turkey. I just didn't know what to do with it once I had it, so I called my grandmother, which was my dad's mother, who was an excellent cook. And I said, "Grandma, how do I cook a turkey?" I didn't want either of my mothers to know I didn't know how to cook a turkey. So she tells me what to do. She told me get an oven bag. It'll keep the meat tender. It'll keep the it'll keep the oven from getting a mess. And she told me everything to do. The only thing she didn't tell me, and I felt really stupid to even ask, was, what direction do I cook the turkey? Does it die with its little legs up or down? I wasn't sure. So I thought, how hard can this be to figure out? I had a couple magazines laying around the house and TV, things like that. This was before the days of internet. So I thought, surely I'm going to find or see a commercial where somebody's cooking a turkey. No. Couldn't find a picture anywhere of somebody cooking a turkey, so I knew whether it was supposed to have its legs up or down. So the only turkey, well, sort of turkey, that I could remember was the roast beast off of How the Grinch Stole Christmas. So that's how I cooked my turkey, with its tail up and its legs down. So my mother-in-law came in the door and went, "Oh, the turkey smells wonderful," and she opens up the oven to look at it. She goes, "Katrina, you cooked the turkey upside down." It's like, that's why the stuffing kept falling out of it. Yes, because I completely cooked the turkey upside down. But, little tip, that's the way to cook a turkey, because the breasts were very, very moist because all the juices went down. So I kind of messed up in reverse. But anyway, it worked out okay and nobody died, so that was a good thing. So, those are my crazy Thanksgiving stories. I've gotten better since then, for the most part. So I have one and a sort of partially finished object. So let me get started. Well, I say I have one, but I guess, I don't know, does a pair of socks count as 2 or as 1? So the colors are just really, really weird because this is just my stripe and this is how the stripes fell. So I have odd looking socks, but these are slipper socks, so it really isn't going to matter. It's a worsted weight yarn. I have some. Hang on. Here is what it really looked like. And this is just my stripe by Lion Brand. And what is the color? Cotton Candy. So it is Cotton Candy. And how many? It's a 4-weight, which is a worsted. There's 3 ounces and 177 yards, or 162 meters. So I used almost the full skein for these. I have a little bit left, which you will see in my works in progress. This pattern, I winged it. I just kind of made it up as I went. They fit perfect. I did the heel flap and gusset. I had one of these done last week and I finished the other one. So now I have a pair of slipper socks, which I will probably have on my feet tomorrow. Then I have my other sort of finished object. I am making the Jolly Green Giant sweater. I finished the back last week and I was partway up the front. This is where I was last week. You can see my little Christmas cookie right there. And so I have now finished the neck. So the front is done, the back is done, and I'm now working on the sleeves. Now you may wonder, what is this? If you are not a knitter, I will explain to you what this is. This is, of course, where the collar is going to go. And these are stitches that are being held in reserve. So they are held. These are considered live stitches because I can pick them up and start knitting, where these stitches here have been bound off. So they are considered dead stitches. But these are live because I have a feeling it's going to be sort of like a provisional cast on, is my guess, for picking up the stitches going around the neckline. So, yes, so there is the finished front, and it is a raglan edge. And then so the back, it gets put together. It's in 4 pieces. You have the front, the back, and the 2 sleeves, and then you attach the collar. So it's going to get sewn together in parts. And here is my raglan edge. Raglan just means that the sleeves start right about at the collar line here, and they go out at an angle from the collar. So those are my 2 works in, or my 2 finished objects. Now I will show you my works in progress. I am working on the sleeves to the Jolly Green Giant sweater, and because they're being sewn flat, they're being knitted flat, they're not being knitted in the round. A lot of times when you knit a sweater, you actually pick up the stitches around the sleeve and then you just knit out from there. So you're knitting in the round to do the sleeves. These are knitted flat, so I am doing 2 at a time sleeves, and here they are. You start at the cuff and they increase like every 4th row. This is a free pattern that I am using. I think it was put out by Lion Brand or Burnett. I forget which. I don't remember who did this pattern. But it is free and it's a bulky pullover sweater. And so, yeah, there it is. So there's the sleeves. I really am hoping to have the sleeves done and possibly the sweater done by next week. But who knows? We'll see. We'll see how far I get, but I am really hoping to at least get the sleeves done. So that's work in progress number 1. Then we have the sweater that I ripped out last week that I showed you. I was afraid I was not going to have enough. This is a crocheted sweater that I am crocheting in the round. So while it's big, and I'm big, it's not as big as I am big, or no, it's bigger than I am big, because this is going to wrap all the way around. So as long as this looks like it is, it's actually going to be folded in half on both sides like that, and this will be the front. Then I will crochet it back and forth up until I get under the arm, and that's when I will separate and go from there, and then I'll put the sleeves on. Last week's dilemma, thank you very much to all of your suggestions. Marie especially, your suggestion is the one I ended up doing, and that is I ripped them all out. I am now back to using 1 skein of yarn. I am on my 2nd skein of yarn, and I'm doing half double crochet. I really did not want to do another sweater with single crochet, but I wanted denseness to it so it was heavy enough. And I was starting to do the double crochet with just a single strand. Last week, if you remember, I was holding 2 strands together and double crocheting. Now I'm holding just one and I'm half double, and you can see it's a fairly good denseness. I'm happy with this. It has enough, it's not stiff like my other sweater is, so there is a little drape to it. So I am liking this so far, and I have probably about 7 inches that I've gotten done. So that is my next work in progress. And then my last work in progress, you remember I talked about this yarn. This is what is left from the first skein, and I have just started another pair of socks with it. So, and I just cast this on last night. So that is that work in progress. Now, I do not have anything in show and tell this week because everybody that's entering things is entering over on the holiday along. So we will get back to show and tell as they become available, or after the holiday along when we're not entering over there. So let me give you a quick holiday along update on how far we are. The holiday along, if you are new to the channel, this is running from October 1st until December 31st, and it is a make along for crochet, knit, Tunisian crochet, stuff like that. And I teamed up with another channel, which is Sara Oliver, which is Sock TV. It's Sara Oliver Crochet and Knit TV. And so she and I are working together on this make-along. This was her idea last year, and then she approached me again this year and said, hey, you want to do it again? And we had a lot of fun, so we're doing it again this year. And at the end of the holiday along on December 31st, she will be drawing a winner on her channel, and I will be drawing a winner from the entries on my channel. And you can enter, just if you're not part of the holiday along already, you can contact either one of us and just say, hey, can you send me an invite? And we will send you an invite to join the holiday along. Or you can actually on Facebook just request to join the holiday along. But if you don't do Facebook, you can still participate. Just contact me over at KatrinasCreations@yahoo.com. Send me a picture, your name, a picture of the project that you are entering, and what the yardage is, if you know the pattern, anything like that that would be important to other people. So yeah, just send it over to Katrina's Creations and I will get you entered with that. You can enter as many times, and you can enter knitted and crocheted projects. We are running a little fun part of the competition where we are having Team Knit against Team Crochet, counting our yardage as mileage and trying to travel from where Sara lives in Scotland to where I live in Pennsylvania. So that's why it's important to put your yardage in with your entry so we can count that as mileage. Last week we did a small little mini giveaway for Team Knit because they were on a long stretch of the travel, and the 2 winners have come forward and they both got a free copy of one of my patterns. Now we are running a small mini giveaway over for Team Crochet because Team Crochet is on a very long section of travel for them. They are in the middle of the Pacific Ocean. So last week, Team Crochet managed to get off of their hooks 24,017 yards. Huge amount. They are still in the Pacific Ocean trying to get to San Francisco from China, or from Myanmar. So in order to reach San Francisco, they need to get off of the hooks 12,003 yards in order to reach San Francisco. So you guys should be able to do it and then some by next week. So that is Team Crochet's progress. And now Team Knit, they cast off 8,991 yards this week. They had reached Delhi last week, and they were on their way to Calcutta. They have now reached Calcutta, and they are in Bangladesh. Their next stretch that they will be heading for is Mandalay, which is in Myanmar. And then right after that, they will head into the Pacific Ocean, headed for San Francisco. So that is the progress on that. Now this week's Holiday Along video will be over on Sara's channel. There is a link down below in the description box to her channel. And she will be putting her video out on, I think she said Thursday or Friday, somewhere around there. So be watching for it. She will have the video over there for the month of December. There's a reason we're not sharing the videos on the month of December. Well, I guess we are sort of sharing the videos on the month of September, because what we're going to do is I'm doing Vlogmas, because I'm opening an advent calendar every day of December, from December 1st until the 25th. So she's going to have the Holiday Along video over on her channel, like I said, but after it's been released on her channel, then I'm going to also release it in a playlist. That way, if I've had a couple people say, you know, I'd love to be able to go back and look at some of these patterns that I really liked, so I can make a list of which ones I want to try to make and put on my must-make list. So we heard those questions and those requests, and I have put them together in a playlist. I will put the playlist at the end of the video. You can see the end screen, and you can click on that if you want to watch all the previous entries, so at least so far. And those will be added to weekly. So again, check out Sara's channels during this month to be able to see the videos first. When they first come out, they'll be over on her channel. Sorry about that total change of background, because my camera died, so I had to move downstairs where I could plug a computer in. So now it is going to be time for acquisitions, and I did a little bit, well, I did a lot of shopping this week. A lot of shopping. This is even Black Friday. It's Thanksgiving. I've got another day. Tomorrow's Black Friday, and I've already done a lot of shopping. So let me get started. My first purchase, which I will not show to you because it's a computer. I ordered this a couple weeks ago and it came in. You may be going, why do you need a new computer? Because I have a couple of external cameras, and because the computer that I had next to no storage in it left. So I could not use my portable cameras to take you on trips with me to different places, because there was not enough storage to store the files once I got them back. So I actually used some of the income I get from the affiliate links down below to buy a new camera, so I could do a little bit more here on the channel. And because I hadn't used my camera for a while, the battery died. So anyway, I need to get that charged back up again. So let's get on with my acquisitions that you can see. If you saw the Knit Crate video earlier this week, if you missed it, you can click the link right here and it will take you to it. Here's what I got in Knit Crate. They did something totally different. I love it. It is 4 skeins instead of 2 skeins. I get the membership box, which is normally 2 skeins of luxury yarn. Luxury meaning it's not acrylic. It's always really nice stuff. But this time they gave me 4 skeins. Each skein is 100% Peruvian wool and is 100 yards worsted weight. And they are a gradient set. Now the only one that I find a little odd is this color. And it's because it's kind of a beigey green. In some lights it looks beige and some it looks green. It's pretty, and it looks okay with these. It's just not a color. I would have put a true beige with these, or I would have gone for a blue in between these two blues, in between these two. So, yeah, so anyway, but there it is. I'm very happy. I liked it so much. One of my purchases was I bought a second set of these 4 skeins. So that way, instead of having just 400 yards, I will have 800 yards. So I will be able to make something a little more substantial with it. So that was purchase number 1. Then Knit Crate contacted me. Now I'm already an affiliate for Knit Crate, but they contacted me and wanted to know if I would like a free box. Yes, please. So they are going to be sending me a free membership box in addition to the one I buy every month. So what I'm going to try to do, and what I did for this next coming month, I'm trying to purchase a box or get a box for free that is different from the box that I purchase, so that way you can get a little bit more variety of what's available. So next month's box should be really nice because the yarn is sparkly and it has merino wool and cashmere in it. It's going to be very, very soft. So I've ordered it in 2 different colors so that you all can get an idea of what kind of products are out there with Knit Crate. Most of the time I'm happy, other than the Dust Bunny yarn. If you missed that, the yarn they sent out last month, I compared to Dryer Lint or Dust Bunny Hood because it kind of was a dusty off-white color. So anyway, most of the time I really like it, and I really liked this month's. So that is Knit Crate. So that was one purchase. Then there's been quite a few good sales lately from Lion Brand and from Knit Picks. So Knit Picks had a sale. They ran till I think the 24th. I think it ended 2 days ago, or at least 2 days ago when I'm filming this. And I bought a bunch of yarn to make more socks with. Lately, I've been walking around with, I have a lot of slipper size or like footsie size socks. And I started wearing pants more because it's getting cold and it bothers my arthritis. Normally I wear dresses, but I've been lately, this winter, I've been wearing some pants just to keep my knees a little bit less painful because I'm waiting for knee replacement. So the arthritis is starting to bother me. So I've been wearing some more pants. Problem is, I bought the pants and hemmed them before I washed them. Big mistake. Because now my pants look like little Abner. They look a little too high and my socks are a little too short and there's bare ankle in between. It's not quite the fashion statement I've been going for. So I'm going to try, I'm not going to replace my pants at this point because they were brand new. And so instead I am going to try to make some socks to fill the gap in a little bit more. So maybe it won't be quite so noticeable, or if somebody sees my socks, at least they'll look pretty. So I bought some yarn from Knit Picks from their sale. They had a 60% off sale. Then Lion Brand had 4 for $10 of their shawl in a cake and shawl in a ball, and I caved and bought a little bit of that. And then they ran another sale that was 3 skeins for $10 of their Heavenly Hand Dyed. Now that's a brand, that is a yarn I have not tried yet, but it really looked interesting. And so for 3 for $10, yes, Katrina bought some of that too. So I spent more than 3 for $10, but I got some. So yeah, that was my shopping, and we haven't even gotten to the big sales yet. So yeah, anyway, but it's been fun. So I'm waiting for those yarns to come in. They have been ordered, but you know, I have to wait. When they come in, I will show them to you. Some of them have been shipped, some of them have not. So you will see them when I get them. Which brings me to Vlogmas. Yes, I am going to be starting Vlogmas, which means every day in December, from December 1st until Christmas Day, I will be filming a video. And yeah, it's going to be fun. I got a yarn, well, it's not a yarn advent calendar. I bought a bunch of mini skeins, and those mini skeins I am using as a yarn advent calendar. So I bought the yarn from Dear Mina Yarn Etsy shop, and she is offering you all a discount on her yarn until the end of this month. So you're watching this on the 27th, so you got 3 days. But you can get 15% off your order if you use the coupon code Katrina, and that will give you 15% off. So thank you very much, Kristen, for that. We appreciate it. And if you want to make your own yarn advent calendar, you can do it. So I'm putting all mine in a box or into a bag, and then each day I will pull one out and show you what I get. And then in the middle of all this, there's going to be some other little tidbits here and there just for fun that I'm going to throw in each day. Well, maybe not each day, but on pretty frequently of unboxings and fun stuff that's going on and all that kind of thing. So as far as come and get it this week, I'm not doing the come and get it section this week simply because I'm filming Thursday and I don't know what kind of crazy sales are going to go on over the weekend. They have not announced them yet. So I will just let you guys know the sales as they become available, because I figure there's going to be some Black Friday, Cyber Monday, all that kind of stuff. And lately they run these sales week long instead of just for one day. So when I find out about them, I will pass that information on to you guys. So that's it for this week, but I did want to make a small mention, just a short little segment here. Another podcaster on another channel had talked to me about something that was going on, and I just wanted to make you all aware of it. Thankfully, we have not had this problem on this channel, but apparently a lot of channels are having problems with cyberbullying, trolls. They're on channels and they're being nasty to people and saying nasty things and threatening, and we have not had this. I told her, I said I had been very blessed. I have not had that problem on this channel. I hope that never happens, but just to make you aware that it does go on. And anytime you watch a video and you can give a channel a thumbs up, that is a big encouragement to the person that's putting the time into making that channel and to make those videos, but it also helps their videos to get recognized. So let's defeat the trolls. Please give thumbs up if you enjoy videos, not just on this one, but on any of these channels, to give a little bit of encouragement to some of these podcasters. So I hope you have had a nice Thanksgiving, and thank you again for watching. If you haven't already, please click that little red subscribe button down below, and I will see you again on December 1st, which will be Monday? Tuesday. I will see you on Tuesday, and there will be a video every day this week starting on Tuesday. So thanks again for watching. Bye, everybody.